Leadership is about people. It's about leading people.
Do you think some leaders are just naturally wired to be exceptional? Or is it something that we all have the ability to learn?
This is the discipline of bringing vision and clarity to your people in the midst of the fog of busyness.
The week is filled with aha moments.
It's about who I'm supposed to be when I get back to work.
This week has been very, very beneficial. It has been very challenging.
It gives you the building block that you need to continually work to be that leader that you want to be.
Ron Magnus founded the Leadership Institute in 1996. He saw that leaders were building great buildings, but they weren't building great organizations. He founded the Leadership Institute to really address that need.
Unconscious things that we hear, that's our worldview talking.
The reason the Leadership Institute exists is to create a better future for the architecture, engineering, and construction industry by developing exceptional leaders one at a time.
It almost seems impossible for me to move forward with my career had I not known what I learned this week.
Early on, it's all about the technical skills. But then we get promoted into a position that requires leadership skills, people skills. And we haven't been trained, we haven't been taught how to do that effectively. The Leadership Institute is all about helping leaders gain those skills. All of us do some of these things well. Probably none of us do all of these things well. So that's where we're going to give you lots of opportunities to observe each other, but also to lead and get feedback about how you're doing.
One of the things we have to recognize is there is a direct correlation to potentially the worldview that we carry around and its impact on driving results.
I think it's a common feeling to come with some fears, to come with some sense of, am I going to measure up, or I don't have time for this. It doesn't take more than 24 hours for you to realize that this is going to change your life.
Oh man, the experiences this week, there's been a lot of really comfortable moments. There's been a lot of awkward moments where some things that may seem so obvious, you just didn't know. And you don't know what you don't know until you find out, and that's why we're here at the Leadership Institute.
This is 4 days of realization and imagination, and you're not going to go back on Monday doing things the same way you did.
Many organizations have made the Leadership Institute a key component of their overall leadership development program.
I think that the magic of the Leadership Institute is, for a lot of leaders, for the first time in their life, they're getting unvarnished feedback about who they are, how they're coming across, how they're impacting people.
It became a great melting pot of information, not just through the course, but through interacting with other people from around the country who have different ideas, different skill sets, and the ability to mend them together and form cohesive teams became an awesome experience for me.
I don't think that we take enough time, especially in this industry and as fast-paced as it is, to understand who we are, what our purpose is. As a 27-year-old in the industry, I'm struggling with this, but there's a top-level executive right next to me who's struggling just as bad with this. And I'm really fortunate to be here at the Leadership Institute this early in my career, where I can identify those things and move forward and move past them.
I had a couple colleagues who had gone through this program, and they came back so energized, full of new strategies and new perspective, and I wanted some of that.
As people walk away from the Leadership Institute, they don't feel like they're just a better leader in a business sense. They just feel like they are a better person. From deep in my heart, I think that's just the most significant impact we can make.
The value that I've gained from it the most is self-awareness. My personality, my traits, my abilities, and then ultimately how those affect other people, for good or for bad.
I really encourage you to take the time to be reflective, write down your insights.
FMI forces you to examine yourself, your worldview, and it doesn't ask you to erase yourself. It actually really helps you to find your best self.
If I'm not able to know myself, how can I put myself out there to others?
It's about helping them achieve that aha moment where they say, I can take this information and really excel because of it.
I am going to be on Monday who I would have been 5 years from now. I feel like I'm fast-tracked to where I would have been.
I love being part of the Leadership Institute because I really really love watching people wake up to who they are. So they can go home and lead with greater confidence, knowing that they have what it takes to lead in a very challenging industry.
No matter how successful you think you are, it's never too late to learn. And even after you leave a company, you never stop being a leader. And why wouldn't you want to have a legacy of making a difference in the lives of people? And take the Leadership Institute as an opportunity to develop what you need to develop so that you can really make that legacy.